All right, y'all. So here's a disclaimer on my part. Do not send hate to Vixo specifically, and do not do not send hate to anybody at all. Like, the fuck? Don't do that. This is specifically her opinion, and this is here for discussion. We're about to figure out how does she feel about Proof, and we're going to see what she feels about it, and we're going to have a discussion about it. You know what I'm saying? If you go into her comments, be respectful. Don't do any wild shit. We already talked about it. If you see this video, we already talked about it, okay? So if you're thinking about hating, take your goddamn hands off the keyboard. Hey, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm going to just let you know a couple things. I have a Patreon. Over there, we watch exclusive videos like the ones they don't allow on YouTube. And those exclusive videos consist of Kingdom Week, Bon Voyage, American Hustle Life, In the Soup, etc., 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 and also videos that they just don't want me to have on my channel. If you want to watch those videos, go ahead and go to my Patreon and show some love and let me know what you think about it. That's about it. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. Let's open our ears and let's listen to an objective opinion, because that's what she calls it. She has an objective opinion, and let's respect it. And if we don't agree, then simply just say why you don't agree, but don't come off as what's the word? Just watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be rude. Don't be rude to her. You know what I'm saying? She's entitled to her own opinion. So let's get straight into it. This is titled "The Problem with BTS Yet to Come." Parentheses, proof review. And anybody in the comments doing wild shit, they can't call themselves no Sonic Boomers, because I say that on God. Let's get it. Hey, this intro is actually fire. Hey, what?
Hi everyone, I'm back again with another video.
Hello.
For today's video, I'm going to be going over and talking about BTS's recent comeback with the title track Yet to Come.
Okay.
As always, these are just my preliminary thoughts and opinions and just for personal enjoyment. I enjoy viewing media through a critical lens, and this shouldn't be taken too seriously as I'm not a professional music critic, nor do I present myself as one.
Okay, so alright, so don't take this shit too seriously. This is just conversation, bro.
Videos are just made with the intent to open up a forum for discussion.
Boom.
And as always, if you like this video or my content, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, so now onto the video. When I take a listen to Yet to Come...
Holy shit. Oh. Damn. Oh shit. A 5.5 out of 10? Holy shit, bro. I really want to know what she thinks about this. Like, a 5 out of 10 is bad. Like, that's less than mid. A 5 out of 10 is literally 55%. That is insane. That's a failing grade, cuz you can't even say that's mid. That's just mid is like 6. No, mid is like 7. Mid is like 7. It's like 7. 6 or 7. 5, shit. Okay. All right. Fuck. What you guys say about that? Okay.
It's difficult to not have my judgment clouded when we look specifically at the context in which Yet to Come was released. Hot off of the widely polarizing and divisive English trilogy, Yet to Come kind of joins the ranks of tracks like Life Goes On, as a song that feels a lot more refreshing, not relying on overly commercialized and sterile themes in its ideas, as Yet to Come instead takes on the concept and approach of nostalgia and reminiscing, thanking their fans for where they've come to today.
Right.
However, do I think Yet to Come is good because it holds as a strong title track on its own in the realm of BTS's discography, or is it because we've had a long string of BTS tracks that felt like an entire new group? I don't think it's a conclusion I can come to on my own, because
I'm not gonna lie to you, that is actually a pretty logical statement if you think about it, like, objectively. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it like this, like, well, for her perspective is that they dropped three songs that they were trying to reach a certain type of group, and it sounded like they were a different group. And if they go back to their roots per se, it wouldn't mean that they're making better things. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me she's saying like, okay, well they made that in the past. Now they're back to their focus of what they had like before or something like that. I don't know, but I wouldn't like point that out more than the fact that I would point out that they are like just, you know, reminiscing, and like there's beauty in reminiscing, there's beauty in references of things going backwards. But like, remember what I said in the other videos, like they were probably trying something new, and they were trying to reach. Then okay, if they were trying to reach a certain demographic, then that's okay. They're still the same group, you know what I'm saying? But okay, I guess.
Because there's always going to be a predisposed bias to these thoughts and my views on this channel given my recent critiques on HYBE and their recent artistic direction of BTS as a group.
Shout out for her to being honest. Shout out to her for being honest, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate somebody for being honest and standing on what they gotta say. You know what I mean?
When I first listened to this track, I quite liked it actually and thought it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
But the more I sit on it and I let it culminate, the more I feel like it lacks substance and, most importantly, character in this regard.
I hope she expounds on that.
It's a nice easy listen with its roots in pop R&B and isn't entirely drenched in auto-tune like Permission to Dance. We have a nice focus on the rap line instead of singing about wanting a cup of milk and rolling on like a rolling stone. But when I look at it from a different perspective, is this a track that's going to hold up and have longevity? Are we going to look back on it like eras such as Dope or Run? These tracks are pillars in both BTS's growth as artists and their conceptual approaches to music production and personality.
Okay, I have something to say about that one. I was about to be funny as shit and say like, oh, she need to listen to Run BTS and then come back and make a video, but I was gonna make it as a joke. Okay, so when I was talking in like on Instagram or in the Discord, or I'm seeing in comments, like apparently BTS didn't reach the goals that they wanted to in this, and I'm guessing this comeback, even though they did amazing and broke records regardless. But I'm just saying, like, okay, so think about it like this: if scientifically, and don't kill me for this because you know what I'm saying, so anthology albums are going to be, and mind you, I'm not a professional music critic or anything. I'm just a nigga with a camera. And I it's just what I see on music because I like music. But like anthology albums or like best of type albums or like albums like say like on Apple Music they have like this artist and then have essentials, stuff like that, or the best of, you know, all that other stuff. They don't get that much. They don't get the same amount of not the same amount of attention. Like they get so much attention, but if you compare it to something that's newer or something that's not recycled, but not a repackaged version, it's more likely for it to not reach the goals as something that is new and fresh and something that came out. Like you could tell, like when the last album they dropped was B. Like if you look at B and you look at Proof, B was new when it came out, and the songs on B was new when it came out. If some of those songs are on Proof, basically people have already heard it, so they wouldn't be more in. Think about it like as like casual fans, you know what I'm saying? Like casual people who aren't like really army, but people who are listening and want to hear new stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like if you put those two together, it's not really gonna. It's not gonna be like an equal amount of like plays and listen, because at the same time, some people in their mind think that, oh, I already heard this, so I don't need to hear it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make sense of it because, and I understand it because they're repackaging, but I do agree with the fact that they need to listen to this shit because it's a lot more than just old music. You know what I'm saying? It's old music plus some shit that you didn't even know, like the demos and, you know what I'm saying, Jen's Epiphany. You know what I'm saying? You have to tap into it. But like, if you think it on like an objective scale, I can understand why it may seem like they're not. It may seem like they're not like at where they should be, but at the same time, they're still breaking records. And I apologize for like my lack of words if anybody takes offense to this, but I'm just trying to make sense of like as to why it may seem like they're not getting to the place where they need to. You know? Am I making sense? If y'all disagree or anything, let's talk in the comments. I'm gonna read them and everything. So be respectful. And we got, you know what I'm saying? We got 8 more minutes of this shit to go.
And are we going to get this same effort from yet to come? Now, some people might say that the narrative of creating an iconic title track such as Fake...
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. And from her statement of what she said, is this going to be remembered? Honestly, I don't think this is going to be remembered only because it's not going to be remembered because I feel like Yet to Come is a gateway to another chapter in their life. Like they said, this is they're opening a new chapter. So if you say you're about to go through the door, Yet to Come is the door. I don't think you're going to remember the door, but you're going to remember what's on the other side of that door. If that makes sense. You know, it's like a middleman. Like this is a checkpoint. You're not really going to worry about the checkpoint because, you know, the checkpoint is like, all right, bet. We made it this far, so let's keep going and not worry about that, and let's keep going and focus on what we got next. So this is like a connecting flight or something like I'm trying to make sense of it. Like it's not, I don't know. I can understand if this isn't remembered as much as other things in the past. That's me though. So
Glove wasn't the aim with this comeback. It was supposed to be a thank you for the fans.
Yes.
More so a tentative goodbye with the future plans of enlistment and then some. And that maybe I'm reading too much into it because it's supposed to be a gift and it's really not that deep. Is it just me, or does it feel like every single one of BTS's recent releases in the past 2 or 3 years has been in the framework of a gift to the fans? That new music of BTS's character were to come soon. I feel like we've been waiting for a bombastic comeback from BTS for years now, and that's not even just reference to it sonically. I even feel like the main storyline and thematics are kind of pushed aside to give small Easter eggs and references to past eras without quite building onto it.
I feel like they're actually going to build onto it soon. I'm sorry, Jimin. Hold on.
I feel like
I highly believe that there's gonna be a new chapter in the BU universe that's gonna show us a lot more, and we're gonna actually see something. I'm very excited about that. Even though they haven't really given us like too much of a bone, but I feel like something is really coming. You know, I believe something is really coming, and it takes time. Like people. Like I'm sure when they thought of making Butter or Dynamite or whatever they made within the past couple years, they knew like there was literally a wrench thrown in everything, which was COVID. That was the wrench. So it's like, bruh, like, you know, there's more things to come. We got Tay's mixtape coming, Hope World 2 pretty much, D3. And I'm sure RM is about to release something. Jimin has to release some shit. You know what I'm saying? Jen is going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is coming. It just takes time. Because they all got, like, a lot of shit is happening, bro. Like, you can't really expect music. Like, these guys are honestly not just musicians now. They're literally up. Like, they were just at the fucking White House, bro. Like, that shit like that takes time. And they still was able to have a comeback with an album. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that, like, bro, they're locked in with a lot of different things now. It's not just McDonald's or Hyundai sponsorships or Coca-Cola. Like, they're doing big shit, like big shit that people have not done. So you gotta like think, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give them some more time. I don't think. Do you think within the last couple years, you think they've come to the White House or the UN or anything? Do you think they would? And I'm talking to, like, I'm trying to speak, like, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they had the Asian hate stuff planned. I don't think they had COVID planned. I don't think they had going to the White House planned, going to UN, doing all these nice things, and like this wasn't the plan. Like, you gotta adapt to shit. So it's like, I'm patient with whatever they bring us, and if they give us something, I like it. Like, they gave us 3 new songs, they gave us demos, they gave us remastered versions of old songs. Like, there's beauty in that. There's beauty in remastered versions. I'm telling you, you gotta listen, bro. You have to listen to this shit. Hey.
We might be excusing mediocre creative direction in these releases in the namesake of nostalgia and reflection.
But they were never nostalgic, though. So you can't really say it's mediocre if this is like their first time honing in onto the nostalgic feeling. And plus, Army was asking for, like, they missed the old music, so they were listening to their fans as well. You can't, like, you know what I'm saying? There's reasons as to why they do certain things.
That kind of reminds me of the live-action Disney reboots the company has been doing. They're putting a new coat of paint on their previous catalog of work, adding, honestly, quite literally nothing of merit or substance, both to the music and concept alike.
Okay, in terms of
Disney changes very little from the 2D animated Cinderella to the live-action Cinderella, besides adding CGI and some more flashy lighting and color grading.
Okay, but Disney. Okay, I can understand why Disney revamps movies. It's because those movies came out. It was glitching. Those movies definitely came out in the 90s and the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we were kids. Now we grown ass people. There's still kids out there, and some of them probably don't even know about Cinderella. Some of them probably don't know about Princess and the Frog or Lion King. You know what I'm saying? You might have to do it. You might have to show them, like, that was a big ass part of Disney. You know what I'm saying? You think Disney not gonna try to bring the kids now to get hip to what's going on before? Now we got movies and streaming where they had VHS in the back. That is a great marketing. I'm telling you, that is a great business decision. And they're making it CGI where it feels more real, and they can feel more in tune with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's reasons as to why people repackage things. Like, it's not a lazy or mediocre effort. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah, putting a coat of paint on something and not really adding nothing to it, but what they're adding to it is more eyes of people who didn't even exist back then. Cinderella is like one of the biggest Disney movies ever. You know, when did Cinderella even come out? Let's see. I want to see when Cinderella came out. I think 99. Disney's Cinderella came out in 1950. 1950. And then their next movie came out in 2002. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, you have to stuff like this. Okay, what is Disney's most popular movie? Oh, Fantasia, Snow White. These movies came out in like the 30s and the 40s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Snow White came out in the 40s. Pinocchio, Fantasia, 2000. Dumbo. These movies came out so long ago. I would if I was people up in Disney, I would be like, hell yeah, bro, let the kids know about the shit we got that we had back then. We had heat back then. But we not about to give them that old heat. We about to give them that heat with some more little sprinkles to it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make the heat at least smell good. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, there's beauty and stuff like that. I don't want to get too much into it, but like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm kind of getting from this release. I just don't see BTS progressing or showcasing anything new anymore, and every comeback is just a fan song that will be glossed over in the next coming eras.
But okay, I don't want to pause. Okay, after this, I'm going to say, the point wasn't for it to be new. That's the thing. That's the thing. The point wasn't to be new. So you saying like, oh, I feel like they're going to do this. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to do this again. And that's actually insane. If they do another anthology album, like a Proof Part 2, that's not gonna happen. I don't think that, yeah.
Isn't to say they're not allowed to do fan songs, because the thing is, BTS have done tracks of this concept before and executed them in a way that doesn't feel redundant or a tedious pop ballad.
Really?
Songs like 2, 3 feel more fulfilling than Yet to Come. It just kind of feels like an imitation of previous efforts than trying to push a new era or music, and overall just kind of feels underwhelming in its final release. I don't really see myself drawn to this title or see anything that will bring me back to play it intentionally outside of the context of this review and what it represents for BTS's discography and their career.
I wonder what she said about Butter.
Tracks like these always kind of sting when I listen to them because they completely embody the style and musicality I love to hear from BTS.
When did Born Singer come out? Never mind.
Not to pull the derivative "I miss the old BTS" card out, but tracks like these, which are characterized by this loose R&B 90s West Coast hip-hop flair, are the color I think BTS suit the most in retrospect. Born Singer is grounded in being carried by the rap line, and I feel like that's the clear distinction between new and old BTS releases, and where their strengths honestly lie, in my opinion. I find For Youth kind of portrays itself as a half-baked version of Life Goes On or Yet to Come. I don't have much to elaborate on, as I feel like it mainly meanders around its runtime with its laid-back approach to its instrumental. This absolutely.
Okay, all right, bro. All right, listen. I gotta disagree with you on this. This is a big ass jump from 10 to 10. 10 out of 10 to 4 out of 10 is crazy. You got these are old songs. You can't light an old flame. And I know what I said about the having old heat and bringing it back. You know, like, this is a new era. Like, this is a new. That is. When did this shit come out? Born Singer. When did this shit come out? I'm losing my marbles. Born Singer. When did that come out? Born Singer came out 2013. Let me make sure. I'm sorry. Let me make sure. It was released 2013. That is
reads as a demo or draft straight from their 2014-2015 era of tracks, and easily slots itself as one of my favorite B-sides from the group in general. Of course, BTS are able to experiment and try a variety of genres as showcased in the diverse track list in this album release, but this will honestly be my preference when it comes to the type of sound I like to hear on BTS.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I honestly feel like if they tried to recreate what that old flame they created with something new, she's probably gonna say like, oh, they're trying to redo what they did before. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is just a catch-22. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I'm saying? This is her opinion. So that's insane. 10 out of 10 to a 4 is crazy.
As it just feels super comfortable and strong in both its composition and delivery. I have the same sentiments for this track as with Young Love, except this one introduces some early 2000s R&B flair in the mix.
So
again, it's really just this bittersweet feeling when I hear these types of songs, because it shows that they definitely still have it in terms of composing tracks of this caliber and tone, but it's just not what the label wants to push to the public.
People aren't gonna want to. The thing is, people are not gonna want the same sound though. You know, like, people aren't gonna want. I understand you may want like a certain specific sound, but you gotta, if you want to keep a ball rolling, you really have to think of it as like people aren't gonna like this. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's like that was then. You can't really create a new moment with an old moment unless you're trying to reminisce. I don't know, cause what I'm saying probably will be flipped in a way, saying like, but you just said this before. So I don't know. It's just like it's different. Like it's not really that deep, but like, you know what I'm saying.
Y2K aesthetics in fashion and pop culture are super popular right now, and I kind of wish they had capitalized on that and made this the title track for maybe another comeback.
And she also definitely said she doesn't like the retro thing that Hybe was doing. So what's going on? I'm confused now.
This song, however, does have a lower rating because I do find some of the higher vocal ad-libs just feel a bit weak in the final mix. I can tell this vocal and audio processing is intentional here, but for me personally, it's just kind of grating in the mix.
Damn.
I do like a significant amount of August D's darker, aggressive tracks.
Damn, too? Damn, fuck. I think Tony Montana was definitely for the fans, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas was begging for that song. Like, what the fuck? Damn.
But I just don't think that execution is quite realized here in this track's final delivery.
What she say about this? Please.
So this was actually the track I had heard a few months ago. And I was kind of worried about when I heard it based on the snippet, but I think listening to it here in full, it didn't quite go into the direction I was expecting it to go in, which is kind of a positive when I'm talking about it here. I do think, though, the vocal mixing and overall audio processing on the song is something that kind of breaks it for me. Everything just feels kind of slightly warbled and almost pitchy in some contexts, and it doesn't give the vocal line justice when I know they have the prowess to deliver these lines in a cleaner context. I overall quite like the groove and pulse of the track. However, I found it to feel quite empty throughout most of its duration. If the whole track had the ensemble heard in the last 45 seconds or so of the song, I think it could have been a lot stronger.
I feel like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like I don't know. This isn't. I'm not saying this with any disrespect, because she be going crazy. Like, she be going crazy with her opinions and like the stuff that she be saying. I feel like she's like the Anthony Fantano of K-pop. her perspective is so critical, and it's like matter of factly. I like it. I really like it. It may rub people the wrong way, like how Anthony Fantano rubs people the wrong way, but he's like, you know what I'm saying? He's telling you what you not really need to hear, but it's like he's telling you some shit that probably will make you think. You know? That's why I give her that title. I don't know if it's gonna stick, but hey, listen. I don't know. But hey, 6 out of 10, I would at least give it like an 8.2. 0.9.
I don't think I'm very pleased with the overall rollout of this comeback because, one, I just find compilation albums to be a cheap cop-out a lot of the time, especially when most of the interesting content and demos were hidden behind a physical CD release. And two, I feel like BTS have been building towards a very bombastic and thematic comeback for ages now, and we've just been kind of stuck in these introspection and nostalgia bait themes.
Oh shit, she definitely just told me about myself. Because I definitely just said you gotta listen to it with the CD, and she mentioned the CD. But that's also a business decision, man. You gotta sell something. You gotta sell something. Can't really give us everything. You gotta sell some shit.
I think people will find some of these tracks enjoyable, and I'm not saying they're not good, but I just can't help but think I'm only seeing the positives in these because their recent releases have just been so poor in comparison, in my opinion. If we look at their other tracks and comebacks, they just kind of read as mediocre and unfulfilling. On a technical perspective, I would still say the audio processing and overall mixing is very uneven. I have a whole video in full talking about HYBE's recent approaches to music production, so I recommend you checking it out, as all those qualms still stand relevant in this release. Proof just kind of feels devoid of any personality or incentive to tell anyone who BTS are and what they're planning for their next album releases. These past 2 years have just kind of felt like one giant transitional piece and era, and they're hesitant to start anything new. Of course, there might be some underlying managerial reasons for this, but I just feel like we've been restrained in this reminiscent and self-referencing phase for ages now. I don't really have much incentive to come back to this era, give or take a few tracks, and as someone I saw comment on Reddit, it just feels like BTS is more so a nostalgia act now. It's difficult to look back on these eras in fondness because they just feel so different from the group we're seeing today, again, in a very bittersweet meaning.
Hold on, man. Whoa. Nostalgic act. You gotta understand, like, if a group sole focus or one of the focus of some eras is to find yourself, you gotta know that, you gotta understand that, yes, sometime they're going to reminisce on what they've done before because they're finding yourself. When you're finding yourself, you have to reminisce on shit that happened before. Like, you have to be self-aware of what you were before and acknowledge that you're about to be something different in the future. Like, okay, I get that this nostalgic act has been dragged on for like, what, 2 years, but bro, you have to take into account that we were literally hit with some shit. You know, like, it's gonna be hard to keep something up. I don't know, man. Like, this is like, do y'all not remember the Map of the Soul, the Love Yourself series? Like, they're trying to find themselves. They've been trying to find themselves. Like, they've been like, you gonna try and find yourself your whole damn life. They've been trying to find themselves since they came out. That's the appeal of them. Like, they're trying to be themselves and find themselves. So this makes sense of them looking back at what they've done and still thanking ARMY. But hey, I digress. It's her opinion. So
the whole release just feels vague and unassuming, and BTS was a group that had releases so full of personality and distinction of each era and storyline, and I'm just lost as to where we're going now. And that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what types of videos you'd like to see next.
I understand what she's saying, and I have my disagreements, but I do appreciate her for, like, you know, saying what she said and not being afraid to say what she said. You know, it's just like, this, I feel like there's a reason as to why they are looking back and being nostalgic, you know, but once again, do not send hate to this girl. Okay? Don't do it. If you made it this far, I'm telling you again, don't send hate to her. I feel like this era is, like I said before, like, it's the door, it's the transition. People are not really gonna think about this as much as they are going to think about the next coming phase. And transitional periods you should have transitional periods when it comes to a journey of what you're doing. Like, if you don't recognize what you've done before and you keep going forward, like, it may come off as like you're just moving and you don't even know what you're doing. Like, you can keep going forward, but sometimes you might have to look back and be like, hey, I did this. Or maybe you might lose yourself a little bit because there's so much shit going on that you might have to look back and be like, okay, hold on, I did this. Let's get back to where we're at. You know, there's reasons for that, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really about to, you know, try and beat that down into her because she thinks what she thinks and she's entitled to that. But what do you guys think? Let's have a discussion in the comments. What do y'all think about this era? And what do y'all think is coming next? I know they're not going to do a thank you to the ARMY. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do a thank you to ARMY again because that would actually be redundant. You know what I'm saying? And that would be so unnecessary. But I feel like some of her opinions and some of her perspective things that she said makes some sense and have some validity to it. But at the end of the day, let me know what y'all think. If y'all enjoyed, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications. And tell your friends about me. I haven't said that in a long time. Be respectful if you go into her comments and speak. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for everything. I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all be easy, alright? I bet. Bye!